Hello everyone, good morning or whatever time you get to this reading, which is for Trump's Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. Mostly looking for health issues, but I'm noticing with his astrology, Mars, transiting Mars, which is a planet that he's very sensitive to because Mars is right there on his ascendant. Even though with Leo being on his ascendant, the ruler of his chart is the sun, there's that too, but I feel like Mars is like a sensitive planet for him. He's so, he's got that hot air that's always going out of him. But anywho, there's a transit going on. So Mars is sesquisquaring his natal moon. And the moon rules the body. The moon is about the mood, His moon's in Sag, so that's one of the other fire signs besides his Mars in Leo. And Mars is in Leo now. And Mars is actually... Mars is also approaching his natal Pluto in Leo. So that's quite a lineup going on. And then he has Jupiter opposing his sun. Jupiter's up there conjunct his sun, but it's opposing his moon. So that's not easy either. It's basically, with his chart, with that opposition, and it's like the full moon eclipse, almost exact. It's like truth versus lies. His Gemini on the dark side can just be very duplicitous and say things that aren't true. And then Sag is doing it because it's what he believes in, right? Well, he only believes in money. And how well he can grift. And then the sun, transiting Saturn is squaring his natal sun, so that's not easy. Not at all. He has Chiron, transiting Chiron, squaring his natal Venus. That's not good. The moon's on his Venus, so he's some moon in Cancer's on his natal Venus. So he's just thinking about money. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling and talking astrology without showing you the chart, because whatever. I'm looking at, here's what I'm doing. If you just want to see off to the side, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at not the wheel, but the grid of all the aspects, and I'm not even going through all of them. But there we go. It's easier for me that way. Okay, so... what's up with you today, Trump? What are you going to be going through? When does the tater-tot dictator take his dirt nap? Ooh-wee. Okay. So, the Empress reversed. We're in the realm of Libra, because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. When it comes to reverse, so there's a lack of money flow, there's a lack of creativity. It's kidney issues because of the fact that, this is a Venus co-ruling Libra. Libra is lower back. The upper above the lower back is kidneys, and I was kind of empathing yesterday and got kidney pain. I've never had kidney pain, but it's like now I know what it feels like. It's like not good at all. So anyway, I do believe he's having I don't know if he's having dialysis, but he's getting some kind of treatments. And he is having kidney issues, and lymphatic system issues are another hallmark of the Empress reversed. He's also, just very dependent on others right now. Probably always has been. His big challenge is his addictive personality and the fact that he is you know, like, I don't know, maybe one of Satan's body parts or something as far as his connection to... I mean, the devil card is all about addictions. It's all about bondage. It's all about apathy and cruelty. And on the level of the body, well, it's mostly, pretty much material, very, very materialistic. Materialism is of the devil's domain. And on the body, though, we're talking old age, bones, chronic numbing out, arthritis, all of that. Maybe he'll get bit by a dog and get rabies. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be even saying those things. Okay, so here's the morning. Here's the midday. Here's the evening. And then later on in the evening, because we know he's up all night, ooh. That one was in the upright position for yesterday. It's still Monday here for me. I'm having to do all these readings. Or is it Tuesday? I forget. It's either Monday or Tuesday. Do I even have... No, I don't have my phone in here. Actually, hold on. I can see it's on my iPad right here. It's Tuesday, April 29th. But I have to get these done because I have sessions Wednesday and my live stream on Thursday. Please join me. Thursday, noon Pacific time. And then I have sessions on Friday and Saturday, so I have to get these all done ahead of time. Okay, and then this is just some extra added information there. Okay. Whoa, if we go a little further, there's that prison in his own body. Excuse me. Okay, so the forces in motion definitely are kidney problems, and all related to addiction. That's his biggest challenge, is he can't stop doing what he's doing because he's done it for years, and the only way he's going to stop is when his body makes him stop. That's how it works when you're not in control of your own reality. Hold on one second, I'm going to get some water. Oh, that's better. Okay, so early morning, is not so bad for him because he's just focused on money, and he's feeling like he's in control, and he's doing everything he can, but he's pretty damn easy to bribe, right? Yeah, there's that, and he does love collecting crap. So I would put him in the realm of, a bit of a hoarder. I mean, we saw how things are kept at Mar-a-Lago when, he stole all those boxes of, he took, 150 boxes of items out of the White House that weren't his to take. So there's that. So this is his normal morning routine. How much money can I make? Who can I grift from? What can I get? Basically, what can I get? But there's confusion of the mind with the Ace of Swords reversed. He's having a hard time, with his memory, right? This chaos in his mind. And he's always got this awful need to be right and to win. How much freaking winning can a person have when they're constantly confused about reality, about basic reality? He doesn't get it. So anyway, he's got a lot, but he ain't got his mind. If you don't have your mind, you're screwed. Unless you have somebody, if you're losing those faculties, not everybody, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people do. I have zero judgment on it when it comes to anybody besides this guy. But the only way we get through times like that as humans is to have loved ones around us or to be cared for by other people who are caring and loving. How many real fans do you think this guy has? Because all he does is bribe, talks crap about everyone else. He's not the king, but he thinks he can be. And that's what's on his mind this morning, Saturday, May 3rd. Noontime, possibly he goes golfing, but his legs aren't doing well. His circulation isn't doing well. He's not doing well mentally, and possibly another whistleblower report comes out, or there's more about the whistleblower's report from the past. And, because all that 10 terabytes of data that went up to Russia. And then here he is with the, so that explains the Page of Swords, but with the Hanged Man, again, the sacrifice of the body sometimes when you just can't do what you want to do, right? I mean, this card is supposed to be for looking at things from different angles, but when it's not used the right way, it's restriction, it's suspension, and there's nothing that you can do except to try and see things from a different perspective, but he doesn't. This card is ruled by Pisces, so it's also, it rules the feet, it rules the lymphatic system, the right side of the brain, the intuitive side of the brain. It's left brain logical, right brain intuitive, because it crosses over in the back of the, back behind the eyes. But I generally look at right side of the body as masculine, left feminine. But you know what? If you're left side dominant, maybe it's different for you guys. I don't know. So anyway, when it comes to, there's just so much. This card is all about unconsciousness and delusions, and it's our card for being a traitor. It's our card. This could be a whistleblower that comes out about how he is a traitor to Putin. I mean, he's a traitor to us with Putin, I should say. I totally said that wrong. He's a traitor to the United States of America and other countries as well. I mean, because he just does what he can to get the money. And he wants things, he's always wanted things from Putin, so there's that. But there's a lot in that card when it comes to, the dark side of things. It can even be a card of poisoning. It can be a card of insanity. I mean, I see it as much worse as even the moon. And then in combination with this guy here, wow. So it's possible that something comes out in the news about his connection with Putin and how he's a traitor to the United States. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. It'd be even worse if it were reversed, but that's about as far as I'm willing to go with, with any more. So, or with that card. So, okay, evening, Four of Pentacles reversed. Again, this dude with the eating disorder, he's just got to get it all in and hold on to it, but his body is not letting go of things like he needs to. There's inflammatory bowel disease, I'm sure, going on there. Eating disorders go nuts. He's a lot of inflammation. With the Knight of Wands reversed, we had this yesterday, I think down here. Yeah, we had, yesterday was down here, and then the Knight of Pentacles was over here, but upright. So this, again, is this loss of direction. I would take that on the health level as being, balance problems. He's just frustrated, and especially frustrated with not getting what he wants. This is a card of addiction. So when you use certain drugs, they cause constipation. And then, so maybe this is him like all night sitting on the pot trying to go. I mean, seriously, because he's not moving around much. And this is not letting go. And this is inflammatory bowel disease, so it fits for me. Yeah, okay. And then even later in the evening, when it comes to the Knight of Pentacles, I don't know that I don't think he's out, so I don't think he's at risk of another attempt on his life, but that's usually what the Knight of Pentacles reversed can be about politically. So I feel it's really just the same thing as, yesterday, where he's just stuck and stubborn. This is definitely a reinforcement of that because it did come through reversed. And who wouldn't feel stuck if you can't get things moving through your body? But that's what happens when you use painkillers and, things that, anything to slow down your life force like that, slow down the pain. I mean, probably, anybody that's ever gone through surgery needs it, but if you take it more than a few days, or if it's an addictive type, and we know he's got his Dr. Feelgoods that are doing whatever he's demanding, so there's that. But he's really stuck. He's really stuck. And when this card comes through reversed, it is one of my cards for this one and the Hermit reversed are cards for acute illnesses. So an acute illness. Now the Three of Wands, this is again high blood pressure, inflammation, problems with his eyes, maybe a stroke issue. That's the thing. I think he's had a lot of small little strokes that we don't even know about, because everything he puts out there is absolute, utter lies. Like he's 6'3". Yeah, how do you wind up now? See, that's the thing I haven't been able to figure out. Because Melania says she's 5'11", and she's often in 6-inch heels. Even 4-inch heels are pretty high, but hers look ridiculously high. Like, how the hell does anybody walk in things like that? But she does. And he says he's 6'3", and what does he say? 224 or something like that? I think it's more like 324. I think even I bet you he's like 350 pounds somewhere in there. And I bet he's I would guess he's probably about 6 foot or maybe 6'1", and then he wears those shoes that with the heel is probably about 1.5 inches, and then he's got apparently like lifts in his shoes. So I don't know. I'll let you guys do the math with that one, but this is just all of this crap that he's trying to maintain, and the hair, the hair and all of this other stuff. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's, if he's had some little strokes and he's not. We know he's not what he says he is, so I should just stop talking about it. It's ridiculous. Okay. Now, these two cards are on the bottom, so this could be legal issues on one level that has him feeling karmic, very karmic legal. I mean, when it comes to litigation karma, he's the king of that, because that's all he's ever done all his life. His dad and Roy Cohn taught him well. So there's that. On one level, but this card is ruled by Libra. This rules the kidneys. So here we go with two cards that are all about the kidneys. We've got chronic disease here and here and here. Addiction central. That's just him. And And when this, now the Star card is really, it's probably the biggest card to mess up. I mean, it's hard to mess it up even if it's reversed. But for him, I feel like because of the level of health, this is his nervous system, because it's ruled by Aquarius, of course. And so I feel like, it's not so, this isn't so good for him. Again, Aquarius rules the legs and the ankles, the circulatory system. He could be having spasms, nervous system problems, like I said. It can be a card in, the worst sense of it, as a seizure. There's that. On the emotional level, this is our card for one of the cards for our Dark Night of the Soul. I'm just, in despair, self-deception, feeling very discouraged. No faith there. No faith there. No serenity, because he doesn't deserve any of that, does he? So, okay. Well, that's it for today. I'll be back soon for the 4th, for Sunday the 4th. Okay. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Take good care. Bye.